Wow, that was okay. All right. Woo, okay. All right, the people's elbow. The people's elbow. The people's elbow. That'll wake you up in the morning. Let it go, let it go. All right, buddy. You put your shirt on if you want. Yeah, you ready? Yeah. It feels different. It feels different. Okay. Okay, so pretty much if we were to just go right down the middle, it feels like I'm tight all on the left side of my body. Okay. Like 2019, randomly I just got up one day and I was trying to stand up straight and this shoulder was kind of just like up here and I was like, huh? Uh-huh. So I started stretching, doing this and all of this started opening up and everything, but now it just feels like my left trap all the way down is just tight. Like all of this, I can't put my shoulder all the way back into where it needs to go. Okay. And if I stand up straight, like I kind of feel like I'm twerking. Gotcha. Like my body is just twerking. This shoulder's up. Right. I feel like my head's like this now. This side right here is kind of like in a little bit. My legs are just this way. Like have you seen Men in Black before? Sure, I got you. Yeah. So you know the worm from I like the worm. Like I just his posture like that. Right. I'm becoming like question mark. That's just what it feels like. Like that's what it feels like. Antalgia. Your body's trying to find a better position. Yeah, and now it's just I was able to work through it, but now like sometimes the right side of my body is now starting to feel pain just randomly here and there. But I started working out this year because I just wanted to get in shape, and I thought maybe the muscles were weak, and that's why I was feeling the way I was feeling. What's your favorite stuff to do at the gym? What's your go-to? Pull-ups now. Okay. Because I used to never have back muscles, so now I do a lot of pull-ups. I do a lot of trap, and I try to do shoulder work, but it's just uncomfortable. Getting it like getting it even in place to lift up with weight. Like even me doing this, I'm hearing like crunch. Yeah, like a little bit. Okay. So. Any imaging of your spine? Once, a couple of years ago, but the CD that I got, I was never able to look at it, so I don't even. The only thing I can tell you there is the last year, I went to the doctor and got a checkup, and when she seen me stand up, she said, "Oh, it looks like you have a little curve or something," but you're in antalgia, so you're going to see what we call functional scoliosis, where your body's if you end up noticing I'm twisted, and I'm tilting, I wouldn't call that a true curvature. Sure. It's really your body's in pain, something's hurt. And then because one area will get tight, another area will have to then overwork, and then so 6 months later, a year later, then the right side hurts. So the left side sounds like it's got injured, it's now stiffening up, and now the right side's overworking. Does it hurt to turn your neck like left or right? No, it's just stiffened. No, stiff? Just stiff. Okay. And then like turning your chest to the right or left, does it hurt to turn? No, just feels stiff and tight. Yeah, it's like something's wrong. Your right arm is even closer to your body. It's like that arm's closer. There's a bigger gap between your left. Your right shoulder's a little high. Head's forward about 1.5 inches. The ear needs to be over the center of the shoulder, and the more the head goes forward, the more the lower neck and the upper back overwork, and then the shifting happens because you have the lower neck, upper back doing more work than we're supposed to do. You actually recruit. So when you turn your neck, just your neck should turn. But what happens is when our neck is limited, what we'll do is we'll turn our shoulders, and we'll recruit our upper back to help turn our neck essentially, and that torments the heck out of your upper back. And I can even just like I said, all this tension in here. We got work to do. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Yeah. So we gotta the alignment is keeping a constant stress and tension in there. It's like holding a bowling ball in front of you, right? Your muscles have to work harder than if it's close to your body, right? I'm sure when you're working, you have, mechanics of lifting, right? You don't lift something far away. So the more forward your head goes, it amplifies the workload that this area is under. And I like it. You're doing calisthenics, like I said, pull-ups using your own body weights. When people bring in outside weights, that I wonder sometimes, mainly squats, when you put a lot of weight on the body, and then not being in a good alignment when you do it makes certain areas get injured, and then you compensate. Have you cross this arm under, over. All right, I'm gonna help you a little sit up for me. Take a deep breath in for me, and then let all the air out. There you go. All right, deep breath in, inhale, one by one. Exhale. Let it
breath in. Head back. Exhale. Wow. Yeah.
I haven't felt that in a long time. It's great.
So, I got it to move, but by golly, way too much effort.
Yeah.
It should not take that level of exertion on my part to get what are supposed to be very loose joints.
Yeah.
So if it takes that much work, aren't you happy that it moved? Well, not really, because it took too much mechanical pressure to get it to move, which means it's probably not working for you much outside of my office. Take a deep breath in, exhale. I got you. Look over the shoulder as best you can. Good. Other side for me. Look over the shoulder, exhale. Good. Let's go face up for me. Very good. Big knot on the right side of your neck here, bud.
Really?
There's a huge. Let me see if I can correlate. Let me see here. Yeah.
I thought it was the left. I'm so surprised here.
There's a Frankenstein bolt right there. Your head is straight on your torso right now, and I got this.
Oh, I feel it now.
That exists. So you don't feel the sides of your spine that are locked. We only feel the sides that are abused. So the left side's going to be what we call the compensatory. This side's going to be overstressed because it's doing double. There's a knot on the right side of your neck, and I'm going to help clear it.
Yeah, I never knew.
All right.
I never knew.
We'll go easy. I got you, bud. Easy. There you go. Easy, bud. I got you. There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Step one.
All right.
There you go.
That was okay. All right.
So the goal with that adjustment is to leave alone the lower neck. You know, my worry with a lot of adjustments nowadays is that I would consider them manipulations, meaning that they just kind of just move whatever's moving. Don't want to keep loosening what's loose. You want to bring online and loosen what's tight and leave alone the ones that are loose to balance the spine. Do you sleep on your side?
Definitely. You know, I randomly saw one of your videos that said sleep on your back more.
Yeah.
So within the last week, I've been trying to sleep on my back more, but I
Okay.
definitely go fetal position left side a lot.
Yeah.
And I try not to, but it just happens. And I'm like, and I'll try to switch to the right, and it'll be the most uncomfortable. Like, why do you have a right side of the bed? You don't even need the right side. Just go back on the left. And then I'll just find myself, I'll wake up, an hour or two later, and I'm back on the left. I'm like, I was not trying to.
I understand.
You know?
It's because it's not.
Oh, is that? Oh, man.
I wouldn't want to compress this knot either.
Oh.
See, your head doesn't want to come
No,
over here. You
not at
understand?
all.
Oh yeah, yes.
Exactly.
Oh no. Your neck doesn't want to get over here. It's like a car. If you bought a brand new car and you were driving on a level road and you let go of the steering wheel and the car just pulls to the side,
Oh,
right?
true, yeah.
You go, well, the frame is, something's tweaked or the alignment's off. Well, in the same way, your alignment's off because we don't live in a world with alignment specialists. We live in a world of therapists. And therapy, to me, is care that's just focused on alleviation of symptoms, not the correction of what's causing the symptoms, right? So, and that's, yes, there's a time for that, but in terms of spinal health, if we just only address symptoms, then we don't ever really get to the cause, and then we live a very depressing relationship where, we're not getting to the source of the problem, and I stand in for a bottle of Advil, right? I'm just here to bring you some relief for a couple days or a couple hours, and well, I like Dr. Ed. He made me feel good for a couple hours, and then it's back again. That's depressing. I'm not. What I want people to say is, Dr. Ed, you changed my life, and you've taught me how to take care of my spine. You've taught me how can extend the life of my adjustments and not need to have constant, 3 times a week care of my spine. That you learn how to brush your own teeth in that essence, or you give a man a fish, he's hungry forever. Teach a man to fish, That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to teach people. That's what the word doctor means. The word doctor doesn't mean awesome person. It means teacher. That's all it means. You're supposed to hopefully learn something. The left side's going to be the side that's symptomatic. So what'll happen is, when you were sitting there and you were pointing down here, you're saying, yes, this is pinched. You're saying you're gonna abuse the heck out of this thing.
Yeah.
Because this is doing, your left lower neck is going to be doing double, triple, quadruple, what its spec rating. It's like an engine. It's meant for 200 horsepower, and you're trying to crank 800 horsepower out of it, and you're like, well, I seem to be blowing head gaskets, and things are getting damaged. Yeah, it's not meant to handle this much stress going through it. But yeah, we want to push that rib down. That's all elevated, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But this is I call this the mirror. This is the reflection of this that makes this down here.
Wow. So my left side is just the way it is because the right side
Correct.
is just not operating how
Not
it is.
showing up to work, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost always opposite. It's in my office, the side that people complain on. See, the areas that generally hurt are actually working, so they're not problems.
Oh, wow.
Right? They're not. Now they're abused.
Yeah.
But what am I going to do? Abuse them more? They're already abused. You already injured the lower neck. On the left side's already injured. You'll see me spending more time on that right side. We want to get the head, back to being curved. There we go. Much better. It's there. See, it's actually much. The bone. My wife always asks me, "Can you change the position of a bone?" The answer is yes, but it won't stay there. Right, so the adjustment does move the bone to a different position, but the ligaments that wrap the spine define where the bone will stay in 5 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the goal of the adjustment isn't to just put the bone back into place, because we know that it'll drift right back out. The goal of the adjustment is to, yes, try to get it right in a better position, but to loosen the spine mainly so that we can stretch the curve back in your spine, and the stretching is what changes things. That Denerol, I'll show you in a minute, there's a piece of foam that looks like my thumb, and it holds you in a position similar to this, and that's what you're going to leave here with, and that's going to be your orthotic, your toothbrush that you're going to use as a tool to take care of your own spine. Let's see if I can get a little more. Let me see. I'm waiting. Chin up. There it is. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That was the same joint that moved again, just at a deeper level, right? It's like a sliding. You ever have like a pocket door or sliding door?
Yeah.
It slid 75%, and then I fully shut it. You're saying it was the same vertebrae, but I fully closed the drawer, maybe is an analogy.
Oh, okay.
The drawer partially closed and then fully closed.
Okay.
And why do you want that? Why does it matter? Because do you see what I'm going to exaggerate, but if this is all spaced open, do you see how this gets pinched?
Yeah.
Because this is up,
Yeah.
and then you're going to grind that.
Yeah. Well.
So we want to compress this, right? And then that'll take the stress off of
Okay.
the opposite lower.
Before I did a chiropractor, I went to like a sports massage.
I got you.
Person, because I saw that they do a little bit more. I think they're more detailed in where you need to go. Like this hurts, so they work on that. That hurts, so they work on that. I had like some massage gun that looked like a sludge, like a jackhammer on my back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used a gua sha for like 10 minutes or so, but it was very, very short. I've heard a lot of the people's elbow.
Yeah.
I have heard.
Trademarked. Yeah, so that's the abuse down there. Shoulder. Left upper neck feels good. We'll get the other side. There. Right there. 1,000 years is just a way to bring blood into the tissue. You would just comb the tissue and brings nutrients in, takes the waste out. It's really what the word healing is really the word replacement. Right? Your body doesn't heal. New stuff's made, the old stuff's removed. And we call that healing, but it's really the word replacement. If you cut your skin, the skin that's damaged doesn't get better. It just falls off, and then new stuff's made from underneath and pushes out the old stuff from the top. So we term that healing, but healing is dependent on really three things. Blood flow. If there's no blood, then nutrients can't get in there. You need the nutrients themselves, right? The materials, nutrition. And then you also need nerve flow, so the power, like the electricity that powers everything. So nerve flow. So nerve flow, blood flow, and nutrition are the three pieces that are needed for tissue to heal. And so when we have inflammation of the joint, nerve pressure, things can start to fall apart, and it's like, well, Ed, I'm just falling apart slowly, right? Because there's nerve pressure. I wouldn't say this is certainly some level of blood flow because the muscles are tight, but the main thing is that there's postural causing contraction, and then also nerve pressure. See how this side's a little more elevated right here. I can already see it.
Wow, so it's been all right this entire time?
It's you're doing it's like the whole right side's all blown out.
Oh my!
And you're face down. It'll make more sense here in a second. Chiropractors tried to use to describe this to other doctors was the word subluxation. That's a word that means sub meaning less than, luxation meaning dislocation. So it's not dislocated. It's sub dislocated, right? It's crooked. The car's in the garage, but it's crooked. The vertebrae isn't dislocated, it's crooked. The right side is elevated about quarter inch, half inch higher than the other side. Now, when a vertebrae subluxates, or the one that's subluxated the most, it's stiff because it's crooked. It's like it's jammed. You understand? The drawer is like jammed and crooked, and it's not opening and shutting anymore. And that area isn't gonna hurt. The area that doesn't move, the tooth that you don't chew on, doesn't get cracked. Right? The part of your spine that isn't functioning, you're not going to notice, and that's until I poke it, until I, the people's elbow it, There we go. Oh man. Yeah, we're going to be spending quite a bit of time right here. It's just going to be pretty boring now, and me. Hello, my honey, and just. You need a good amount of time here, pushing all that fluid out of here, pushing these ribs down.
The people's elbow.
Yeah, it just, wow. Any less force on that hug adjustment, and it probably wouldn't have moved. You understand? It was right at the edge of not moving, right? Of it's saying, no thanks. You had it that tight up here, and you let this go for another year or two, I probably wouldn't have been able to get it to move. And then, or without having a number of sessions loosening you up, and then we get it to move. So just balance. Yeah, right there.
Yep. I did not know that was there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, both sides are responsible, but this side's not nearly as tight as the right.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's tight, but it's like, let's say, a 5 out of 10 tight, and the right's a 9 out of 10 tight. It's just. I'm not saying it doesn't need some attention, but what will happen, my worry as the chiropractor is that if I work on everything evenly, the areas that are loose will get looser faster than the areas that are stiff, right? So if something's a 5 out of 10 tightness and one area is a 9 out of 10 tightness, that 5 will become a 2 by the time the 9 becomes an 8. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I've actually made it more imbalanced, right? Yeah, wow.
It's definitely a bumpy road over there.
Yes, sir.
It's a very bumpy road.
Yeah. I always joke about the Belgian roads, and then I had a person from Belgium go, "Hey! I guess our roads are pretty bad." I'm always wondering with the manhole covers, like, do we really have to put them where the tire? Why can't they be like, anyway? I'll see roads and like the manhole cover will be like right in where the left tire will go.
Yeah,
like, why would they do that?
That's so true.
Go. Every time you run over this manhole cover. There we go. Yeah. Oh. There you go. Quote Tommy Lee Jones, "If it ain't a mess, it'll do till the mess gets here." That's the No Country for Old Men movie. I love that movie.
Oh man, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
You're right there. Yep.
Was your elbow always this strong? I just need to know. I just have to ask the question.
It takes time.
Okay, I was like, you couldn't have had an elbow for your whole life. Like, you built this up.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay.
Just like you built your back muscles, I got I got an elbow, you got a back. That's right. It's like, you know. You focused on something, I focused on something. Imagine if you did like the back exercise you're doing for 16 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
You imagine what this would look like.
Yeah, a whole mountain.
Like I've just done what I've just did on you for 16 years. I've done this.
That's
like,
true.
If you ask every day for what you want, and your body will, assuming that there's no nerve pressure and that there's blood flow and there's nutrition, and you're saying, assuming the three things I taught you earlier,
yeah,
then your body will give it to you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay,
If the nerves aren't pinched, there's circulation, and you're not eating junk food all the time, you're saying then your body will adapt and compensate and give you what you want.
Now that feels wow. What is that?
What is
that?
rotator cuff?
What in the world?
Infraspinatus, Terry's mind.
Whoa.
I know.
That one. How you doing? You just showed up like, oh, did you know I was here? I didn't. What in the It's making me laugh. What in the world? Why would that? What is the teres minor like function?
Rotator cuff. This is your, like I said, your external
Okay.
Lifting things. These are all stabilization muscles in some degree, just lifting.
Wow. Wow. Woo! Okay. All right, the people's elbow. The people's
Elbow remains.
The people's elbow.
That'll wake you up in the morning. Yeah, you just need all this. All these areas need like a meal. They've been starving, and they're like, when you're starving, even like a ketchup packet is like,
Oh, it's great.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's 100%. Last year, I randomly passed out and broke my jaw. Hit the ground, and broke my jaw.
Oh my god.
Yeah, randomly, first time ever. And I was wired up for a month.
Oh my gosh.
And I was working at Domino's.
Gotcha.
And it was like, it wasn't even the pizza that I was worried about. It was the wings. I was just like, man, I really like wings. So
Uh-huh.
I don't want to do a delivery of wings. And my first delivery back was like a 40-piece wing. And I'm like, are you serious? Now my whole car.
So you're sitting there next to the wing. you're
Yes. I can't even like chew. I can't do anything. I'm like, no. No. It was a hot day.
Right.
And
It's
I had a
exactly
hoodie on.
Yeah.
And my apartment was cold. So honestly, I think I just had a moment where it just got really, really hot.
Uh-huh.
And I was, like I said, that was the first time I ever passed out ever. And I just happened to hit the ground and broke my jaw.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was yeah.
Well, that might be why you're even not in your right second.
I mean, that's
It
a
could
major
be.
neck and head.
Yeah, who knows?
Neck too, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't even, when you pass out, you're not even privy to what happened.
Yeah, not at all.
It's like, who
Not at
knows?
all.
The head bounced. I don't know.
That's I never even thought about that. That's true.
Yeah, tricep here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's all purple.
Wow, really? I've been never. Wow.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, my triceps honestly have been very hard to activate. At least with me feeling them nowadays. So I don't even know.
What are you doing here? I'm trying to get those back structures to not be so inflamed so that they actually start to like each other so that the stretching I do at the end is going to work. You're saying
Okay.
all of this inflammation and soreness is in my way. It's going to limit your ability to do the stretching I'm going to show you in a minute. And so this is where, continual care to some degree to to flush all this out of here makes the stretching that I would give you more effective. Yeah. I got you. Breathe. Still with me?
Yes, I am. That was wow.
You did great. Keep that forehead on your forearms. I got you. Keep that right there. There we go. Good. Breathe for me, bud. I got you. It's okay. Relax. I got you. We're stretching. There we go. Breathe. Come on. Let it go. Let it go. All right, bud. All right.
I don't remember the last time I ever been like that.
A second. Yeah, breathe. You put your arm if you want. Yeah, you ready? Yeah.
It feels different. It feels different. Okay.
Yeah, I used to feel this there.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Do this back here. There you go. There we go. I got you. Now press back with your elbow into my elbow here. Here, a little bit. Yep.
What in the world?
Mhm.
That was weird. What is this?
All right, press back with your elbow here. A little bit more. There you go. Look at that.
What?
Just getting everything moving. There we go. Okay, good.
There's things that I've never cracked before. This is it. This is it. What is happening? What is happening?
Everybody's getting a meal. Everybody. Good, okay. Okay.
I've never had a toe crack ever.
All of them, yeah.
What is happening? I'm so like flabbergasted.
I know. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hold yourself on the table a little bit. Just sort of hold yourself a little bit. There you go. There you go. Relax your leg. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
How'd that feel?
But foreign. Like what? My leg moved. I think I have one leg longer than the other. Maybe not.
Not
now.
anymore. Right.
Not anymore.
Wait a second. I'm gonna straighten it out. There it is. Nice. Okay. Feels good. Relax your hip. Now relax. There you go. Relax this leg. There you go. Relax. Relax. Okay, that's good. All right. Wow. There we go. A little bit there. Sometimes. There we go. There you go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is great. This is okay.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, I got you, bud. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna tilt, not yet, but you're gonna tilt your head left. That
Okay.
makes sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Go ahead and tilt your head left for me. Tilt.
What?
And then same thing. You're gonna tilt your head left. Tilt left. Tilt left.
What is even moving? Like, what?
So there can be adhesions and glue so these are the drain lines. So the sinuses, the eyes, the face. We have tubes called lymphatics, which are the sewer pipes. They don't have a heart that beats. Those drain lines, if you Google lymphatic drainage to the face, you'll see that it goes from the medial part of your nose over around the ear and down the back of the neck. Now, most of the time, the restriction of that drain is from your knot in your neck. So the knot in your neck is right here.
Okay.
But then, an inch or two higher, you can have all this, crud that gets built up behind the ear, and so getting everything flowing. My sinuses are clear, right? I don't have all the allergies or whatever. All that things can be addressed by getting those drain lines opened up, the lymphatics that pump the dead tissue out, the fluid out, your middle ear, all that drain. People have ear infections, stuff like that. It all comes from this tissue is supposed to drain down your neck.
Okay.
Right, so just another way to help assist that. All right, 1 second. And then this is going to go to the right this time. Go to the right for me, right. And then same thing, go ahead and go to the right.
That's so weird. That's so weird.
This feels great now. Like this feels different.
Nice and loose.
Yeah. The back definitely feels loose. This shoulder, I feel like I can go back a little bit more than I did before.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot more than I did before.
Cool. All right, middle, upper neck. You'll take your hand place it on your forehead. You'll press. That makes sense, to get the head
Yeah.
to sink into it.
Okay.
And then you put your hand back down and relax. So we're trying to mold that arch back in your neck.
Okay.
The curve in your neck is necessary for your neck to make it to, yeah, that's good. To make it to 90, we need the cervical lordosis. So it's just mastering time, stretching. And then what I would do actually with that knot on the right side, you could do a little bit of right rotation. So remember that knot's on that right side, so you want to get that contacting that right side. Get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. To get off this, what you'll do is you'll use one hand to lift your head. So from behind your head, lift your head up with your hands. Try not to use your muscles, use your other hand to grab the device. So grab this and then just pull it out. So yeah, just pull that out. There you go, and then lay your head back down. That's how you get off that, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So you try to not use your neck muscles, especially if you've been on it for 20 minutes. Don't just lift your head off of it.
Yeah.
Just kind of grab your head, grab the device, lay your head back down. Yeah, it's maybe even a smaller roller. You can get like a 3-inch one,
Okay.
you know, to start with. But we have to start. I don't care if it's a rolled up towel. I don't care if it's a water bottle.
I wish I. How'd you? I'm not even gonna attempt. I'm not even gonna attempt.
Later, one day.
One day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
You did great.
Thank
All right.
you. Thank you.